Hi, John Lay here from Town to Learning. Welcome back to another episode of the Town to Learning Executive Briefing Series. This is my favorite series of content, and it always has been because we get to travel the world virtually together and meet with the very best learning system and learning technology providers, and then learn all about their solution, their business, and see a good demonstration of what's innovating with their solution. And today's no different. We're going to meet with Coda Talent, which is an exciting and innovative new micro learning platform. And that micro learning platform is infused with AI to help you create content and programs, complete with gamification, as well as automate the process of a lot of the business of delivering this learning. I'm lucky to be here today with Vlad Grigoriou. And Vlad is the CEO and founder of Coda Talent, and he's going to take us all through it today. Vlad, it's all yours. Take it away.
John, pleasure to be here. Um, Briefly about Coda Talent, we're committed to make corporate learning easy, engaging, and effective. So this is, in a nutshell, kind of our belief and vision. It's really making corporate learning easy, engaging, and effective. How do we do this? Basically, we leverage AI capabilities for rapid and easy content authoring and customization in order to ensure 100% relevance to the needs of the learners. We believe so much in relevance and personalization that we offer literally zero off-the-shelf generic courses. So you will not find any generic courses in Coda Talent. We do not have any sort of library of existing materials. 100% you customize, you personalize, you create what you need specifically for your particular audiences to address specific goals. And these goals could be related to certain upskilling or reskilling aspect or a performance KPI. So we think around specific goals, right?
That's pretty cool. No off the shelf content. You have to create everything, but creating content is pretty difficult. So you've streamlined all that, I guess, huh?
Yes, we're super focused, and basically we provide an end-to-end solution from content authoring all the way to effective implementation or application of that specific kind of learning output. And it's both the authoring as well as the learner's experience that we focus on. Now, what we want to believe about ourselves is that we are one of those kind of leading micro-learning platforms, and this is a G2 mapping, where we are typically within the last year and a half in the leaders quadrant, alongside other relevant micro-learning platforms. We do utilize micro-learning methodology. However, we take a pretty kind of specific proprietary approach when it comes to the methodology that I believe we're all familiar with, which tend to be super efficient and effective as a methodology. We work with lots of companies around the world. Our solution is delivered in over 20 different languages. And what's important to mention here when it comes to our customer base is that we work typically with enterprise customers. Most of these customers are mid-tier or even top-tier kind of enterprise companies. And so the problems that we're trying to solve are primarily related to connecting learning with actual application. Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to achieve is to really convert this learning experience, this learning effort into actual results. So we try to deliver ROI. We try to link learning to behaviors that really kind of move the needle for the workforce. And so because we mentioned about AI and the fact that we leverage AI to deliver this engaging and effective learning journeys, this is kind of our specific value proposition around AI, where our corporate customers can easily create and deploy any training, starting from a skill or a goal-related need. And it's important to mention that, with the purpose of helping their workforce apply that learning with minimum effort and on-the-job live impact. So we always think in terms of application, in terms of relevance, in terms of customization, in terms of solving a particular business-related need, not just skill-related need, if you'd like. And so kind of in regards to our secret sauce, we put a lot of emphasis on the learner's experience. And these are 4 of the key ingredients within our solution that make Coda Talent special. One is that we provide a social, collaborative learning experience platform. And it's something that we deeply believe in, because what we've seen, and we do a lot of research and testing, whenever we take a peer-to-peer kind of learning experience, the level of engagement is higher, the level of energy is higher, and also the completion rates are higher, and performance in the learning process itself is higher. So the social component, the collaborative, the social learning component is critical for us. It's also personal, meaning that it's adapted, self-paced, and whatnot, typical for a microlearning delivery solution. A third kind of key component is the fact that we always recommend our customers to involve subject matter experts, instructors, facilitators, internal coaches, team managers, any type of relevant kind of champion to facilitate and guide the experience, because the authority makes a big difference in the learning experience itself. And again, we see significantly higher engagement and completion levels every time we have a human kind of experts engaged in the process. Last but not least, it's gamified because it's supposed to be motivating. It's supposed to be more fun for the learner. So this is a bit of the secret sauce behind Coda Talent in just a few slides.
Love it. Love it. Great. Let's take a look at it.
All right. So let's go to an actual kind of very quick demo. Sorry, I'm losing my voice for some reason.
Just pitching Coda Talent all day long. It's hard on your voice.
I am having too many meetings. Sorry about that.
So this is cool. We're gonna, in addition to being able to see this, then people can actually try this out on your site. That's right. Is that right?
Yes, correct. This is true. Here is the content authoring interface. We've been trying to make the entire process super swift and fast. So let's just start creating a brand new program from a skill or performance KPI that we want to improve. So this is the approach that we take. We provide 0 off-the-shelf generic courses. So every single course that our customers can benefit from is created in a custom manner. So let's just help me get started with a skill or performance KPI that we want to improve.
How about handling a difficult customer?
All right. How to handle a difficult customer, right? And let's say our internal audience could be an internal or external audience, of course. Is it sales consultants or frontline staff?
Customer service or customer support. Customer support service.
All right. Then let's have a look at the domain or department or business function. Maybe they work in, I don't know, let's say life insurance. I don't know. It's just came to my mind right now. And so the last kind of step here is related to a specific outcome that we want to deliver. What would be the outcome?
How about successful call resolution? Somebody calls in all grumpy about something, you make it right.
All right. So this is the input that we start from. And of course, we're waiting for the Code of Talent AI to really come up with a proposed structure, agenda for the program. Plus, what's important to mention here is that the entire methodology of Code of Talent is embedded in the output. And that means the entire gamification elements, structure, coherence, all the way to what we call the learning missions, because the learning missions are actionable learning snippets that incorporate a certain requirement. So when we look at a learning experience, we take an actionable perspective to a learning experience. What that means is that the learner has to do something about it. It's not just quizzes. It's probably a demonstration where I have to put in practice what I learned. It's probably a video that I have to share with some sort of feedback that I'm getting from the work related to that topic. So first thing we get, this is like sort of the suggested agenda, which probably makes sense for this topic. And then to the right, it's all about, is there a certain goal or a certain focus that I want to this learning experience to take into account? Like, is it more about application, comprehension, or should I focus on the entire kind of end-to-end transfer of knowledge all the way to application? Let's say that, you know, we want Code of Talent to generate this this complete program without further customization, right? So what the platform is doing right now is actually building this entire custom journey all the way to each and every micro-learning mission. And by the way, we have about 10 different types of missions that are utilized based on AI-powered algorithms so that the learning experience delivers in an optimum manner to the goals that we set. And it basically, the entire output is AI generated, including the images that will illustrate each and every learning mission. So it's all being designed by the AI, taking into account all these different parameters and variables that are embedded in the Code of Talent methodology. So what we are going to see here as a next step is really kind of the complete draft of this program that you could deploy as early as tomorrow. And of course, the AI is imperfect, which means that as an instructional designer, I would probably want to add my touch here and there, right? And before just having a look at this learning experience, which is complete, basically it covers everything that we want to have covered. I'll do just one more thing. I'll hit this button which says customize, and I'm going to, you know, let's use a company name here, and let's say we're building this program for talented learning, right? And
You don't have any difficult customers.
Well, all your customers basically love you, but let's say that I misspell here, so it's talented learning. And so what we're doing right now, we are regenerating this learning experience, this program with talented learning in mind. And the output should be, you know, a program that should have the look and feel and the knowledge specific to a instructional designer that works for talented learning. So our goal is to really be able to provide our customers with learning experiences or learning programs or training programs, however we want to call them, that are so empathetic and so customized and so personalized that they would feel like they've been built for them exclusively.
Wow,
And
cool.
where this takes us, it takes us to our promise of relevance. And the reason why we believe so much in relevance is the numbers that we are able to provide as impact. For example, our completion rates and engagement rates are up to 10 times higher than those of traditional e-learning platforms. And this is feedback that we get from our customers. It's not just our own kind of measurements and validations. So we are able to provide content that is super relevant. So it probably takes 1 more minute or so, because the AI now is actually infusing the talented learning, not only the name, but specifics of the talented learning business into the program, so that the program should be more customized. And now, without going too much into details, what we see here is, I'll just pick up this mission right here, and if we were to read it, and I will invite you, John, to read it, it should probably feel like it's been designed for your company, for your customer support,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to help solve.
Well, that's really neat. And so what happens now from a learner standpoint? They got to log in to get this. This gets delivered to them somehow, an email or text.
Yeah, exactly.
How's that work?
So of course, learners. So what we see here is really kind of a preview of the learning mission, and this is what we call this, basically learning mission. That has a pretty short description where we transfer, that piece of knowledge or know-how. Then we have this mission requirement. And this mission can take different forms. So this is a mission that requires an open text type of answer, but we have missions that are, quiz types and survey types, and missions that require a video upload, where you can, as a learner, you can upload a video that you shoot with your phone, with your mobile phone, or any kind of input in the form of photos and whatnot. So this is what a learner gets. The learner gets this entire journey that consists of these tens of different types of microlearning missions that they have to solve. And once they solve these missions, they will get a knowledge card. Now, the knowledge card is really the key takeaways related to that particular concept or topic. And it's like, it's supposed to reinforce the knowledge that's been supposed to be transferred. And once the knowledge card, which is a pop-up in a mobile phone or looks pretty much like this in a browser on a desktop, once they close this, the answers of the other peers become available. So if I'm a learner and I solve this mission that's been solved by other folks within my team, within my cohort, all of a sudden I get access to their answers, to their solutions. And this is the point where I start to interact with, and we have gamification elements here, like I can praise them and give them badges for the quality of their answers, and I can like their answers and comment and whatnot. So the learning becomes more collaborative, more social. And there's a step number 4 here related to a personalized feedback that I can get from the instructor. So if the experience is instructor-led or assisted by any type of champion, team leader, internal coach, or external facilitator, I can also get, for all these open answers kind of missions, I can also get feedback specific to my my solution. So the experience becomes complete. And of course, this experience can be 100% automated, but it could also be significantly enhanced if it's instructor led. And of course, in the design of such programs, you could actually customize lots of different things, including the delivery experience, whether it's going to be automated or instructor led. Intensity levels, it could be a 1 week boost, or it could be a comprehensive 4 week kind of learning program. So everything in here is enabled by the AI and designed to best serve the needs of the customers. So this
Wow,
is, again, very briefly.
that's super cool. That's super cool. I saw when you were creating that course that you don't have to show this now because I know we're running tight on time, but you could start from scratch, but you could also upload documents. So theoretically, could I upload like some nice proprietary information in, a PDF or somehow format, and then the same thing happens now, but with my proprietary information? Is that possible? Or no?
Exactly. This is exactly right. So I can add a new program and I can actually start from a file. And what it does, it builds this entire experience from a certain content that can sit in PDFs or docs or PowerPoints and whatnot, and it embeds all these different methodologies and algorithms so that it creates an optimum and optimized learning experience for this target audience that we are trying to help with upskilling or reskilling or the content that we're providing here.
Hmm, that's super useful. That's super useful. So, from a use case standpoint, then it'd be probable that an organization would already have a learning management system that is, in place. And then basically this could just augment and lay right on top of it for key programs, key audiences, strategic things that you really need proprietary content. And so you can just basically start using this and augmenting versus replacing your learning system. And by doing that, you can shore up probably a lot of the problems that you have with an LMS, which is it's not very engaging. It's not overly personalized sometimes. And so you could solve all of that just by augmenting, with a go to talent. And that's a neat strategy. That's pretty cool. I like microlearning. I mean, it's amazing how it develops all that, including the gamification pieces and really being able to flex the program. Now, I don't think 20 minutes is an appropriate amount of time for a demonstration like that because I want to be able to ask you about 100 questions, but we'll wait till the next time. But audience, the good news is that you can go to the link in the description, and also in the description of YouTube, and then also we'll have it in the description on the profile on Talented Learning, and you can try this out and try it out with some of your proprietary knowledge and see how it works. And but you saw we were doing it live today, or Vlad was doing it live today, and so that's all available. You can do it for free. I encourage you to do so because if you haven't been playing around with AI yet, this is a great way to see what the future is going to look like. Vlad, thanks for coming here today and updating us and showing us what you're up to. Pretty exciting stuff. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, John. Appreciate. We love what
Awesome.
we do.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. I love the learning based approach to it too. That resonates with me and a lot of our followers of just coming from that instructional sound theory standpoint on how to best do learning. So I'm loving it. Everything I see, go check it out, folks. And thanks for tuning in to another Talented Learning episode of the Executive Briefing Series and the Demonstration Series. And there you have it. We'll see you on the next.